if you're able, if you could stand, that sometimes helps voices to carry, but speak as loudly as you can.
I will.
I knew you would.
So I have a lot of memories of Sam. I met him on day one. And a lot of them are very funny, and I can't remember all of them because he always made me laugh. I remember that first day that I met him, he was in his room, which he was in the, if you turned left to go down the 200 hall, he was in the first room on the right. And I went in to meet him. It was that first morning. And he was still in bed asleep, and I remember looking at the bedside table, because on the bedside table next to him was an open package of chocolate donuts. And, yes, and a Coke. And as he slept, I could see chocolate here, and followed it all the way to here where there was a little pool, right there. So I knew right away we were gonna get along because we like chocolate, and that's a good thing. And I also remember that the last few months, and his memory was failing him some, but he really got fixated on money, and I talked on more occasions than we would have ever liked about money.
Here's his wallet.
That he was always losing. Yes. I ordered 3 different kinds of play money before I found some that I thought looked real enough that he wouldn't guess that it wasn't real money, because he was constantly putting it somewhere and forgetting it, or
Went through the washing machine.
leaving it in his clothes, and so we didn't want him to feel like he didn't have money, but we wanted it to look good and real. So that was fun. That was always fun to have Sam come in and have Sam looking for me, because I knew it was about money. It had something to do with money. I love Sam. I miss him every day.
Who else had?
I know you have.
I know you have.
All right, Sam. As you said, you met him with chocolate coming down his face. Well, that's Sam. He left that way too. As Liz and I were in there, we were trying to clean up the chocolate as, you know, he took his last breath. So she met him that way, and, you know, he left that way. But one of the stories that will always stick with me, this is his spot right here. It'll always be his spot regardless of who may fill it now. But one day we were cooking homemade pizza, and I asked him as he left, mind you, I have to cut it because, you know, his fine motor skills and whatnot were failing him as well. And I asked him, like, Sam, did you enjoy dinner? And he's like, well, and he always called me Cookie. He said I was sweet like a cookie. And I called him Pickle because he was sour like a pickle. And he's like, well, Cookie, I'm gonna have to give it, I think it was a 6 or a 7. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, I've been around the block once or twice, and I've had some good pizza, but it was kind of cold. And of course you couldn't explain to him, well, you had to cut it, and he eats slowly. Of course it was gonna get cold. Anywho, he left, and he came back about 20 minutes later, and he was with Liz, and he's like, Cookie, I wanna say I'm sorry, because I feel like I hurt your feelings, because he rated my dinner lower. And I'm like, honey, you're fine, I'm not mad. And after, you know, a good 2-3 minute banter back and forth about my feelings aren't hurt, I'm not mad, I finally realized all he wanted to hear was, I accept your apology, everything is okay. By this time, he was crying because he really thought he hurt my feelings. He had tears, and Liz and I were trying to convince him, no, Sam, honey, I'm not mad at you. I understand it was cold. Next time I'll make sure you get a piece right out of the oven. That's what you like. I'll make it happen. Cookie, I just don't want you mad at me. I'm so sorry. No, Sam, I forgive you. All is well. So he's like, okay. And I'm like, Sam, can I give you cookies? Because anytime you needed to get him off a subject, you offer him dessert. Mind you, he already had dessert twice, but who cares? It's Sam. So I gave him a Coke and a cookie, and he went on his way, and he was completely fine. But I think that happened about 3 weeks before he passed, and a piece of me always felt like he knew something was coming, and he needed to make things right. So he felt, no, I gotta make this right because I hurt her feelings. Bless his soul. He's a great man. So, yeah, that's just one of the many stories we've had in this dining room. But, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Does anybody else have anything they want to say?
Yes, I
Oh, okay.
got.
Oh, yeah, you have a story.
I told this story earlier to her. Sam and I, even though I didn't know him very long, but we connected because he knew I was the Purdue man. And he let me know right away that he was. But in the evening, occasionally I would stop out at the nurse's station right over here. And I would talk to Sam, and he didn't quite understand me at first, why I was talking to him. And because the look on his face, but one evening, I asked him what he was gonna do that evening. He said, well, I don't know. I said, well, let's go dancing. And he said, where are we gonna go at? And I said, well, this 5-star hotel, we ought to find a ballroom in there somewhere. He said, how are you gonna dance in this chair? I said, well, I'll find a tall woman to pull me out of here. He said, well, what am I gonna do? I said, well, I'll find you a lady. So Elizabeth offered some dancing lessons one evening, and he thought that would be great.
Remember
So
that night,
he
Chris?
said, I said, we'll go to that ballroom and we'll go dancing. And he said, well, I come in here just to look around. And he said, I got hooked after I got in here. He said, I can't get out of here. I said, well, we'll find a way out of here, but we'll go dancing first. I said, we'll find a couple ladies. He was ready to go. Yeah, he let me know he was ready. And I got a big kick out of it. I will never forget that conversation I had with him. He was truly a wonderful person.
I'm
And,
shocked he didn't offer to bring his Buick.
I felt that we
I think he
connected.
did actually that night.
He offered to bring us to drive. He offered to
I
drive.
think so.
Oh, yes. His favorite thing was his red Buick. And he asked me after, he drove up until he was 102 years old. And he broke his ribs, and then he was in rehab. And then he couldn't, they said the balance and everything, he would never be able to drive again. And I couldn't get rid of that car fast enough. I mean, it was gone.
It was tough.
So
We
he
had to
said-
have some difficult conversations with him,
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
we?
it was, yeah, and it was his favorite thing. He loved to go bugging in his car, and was able to do that till he was 102. But he did, that was one thing that he, really, really, really missed, was being able to get into his little car and drive around.
And we did our best to take it off of Ann.
Yeah, right, oh, it's in the shop.
Because we didn't want him to be mad at you because of the car, so we
Right,
tried, but we pouted a while, yeah.
yeah, so 102, that was a little bit longer than I really wanted him to be driving. Oh, well, there's such wonderful memories, and not only the wallet with the Hershey bars, and everybody's welcome to take some Hershey bar with them, and Coke, chocolate donuts, Oreo cookies, and peanut butter crackers. That was what he loved most of all. So, very fond memories, and he loved everybody here. And he called this place Mary's Place. So this was Mary's place.
Yep.
So, thank you, Mary.
I can, by all means. You know, I was thinking after I talked to you yesterday, and the one thing that I remembered, first thing that popped into my mind was how he did it his way. How many times did we have to pick him up off the floor? Sam, why are you on the floor? What happened, honey? well, I have to keep you on your toes. So that is the, I heard several times from him, I have to keep you on your toes. Love him so much.
Well, Sam and I shared a table for 4 years, I guess. We both came in 13, I think it was. And we became very good friends, and he was always talking about where we were, where's the nearest bank. Now, can I walk to that bank? I said, no, Sam, you can't walk there. Well, are you gonna take me there? I said, no, I can't take you tonight. Well, then have I got transportation back to my room? I said, yes, I'm taking you back to your room. We go into his room and say, well, now I don't have my money with me tonight. I can't pay you. And then the next time I'd see him, well, I still haven't gotten my money. Well, a few days later, I come down to breakfast. Here's Sam. He looks in his shirt pocket and he says, see what I got now? But I'll always remember Sam.
Yeah.
He had some wonderful, well, 104th birthday and 105th birthday.
Oh, yeah, we had some wonderful birthday parties here.
Yeah.
Really,
This last one
and
was
the last one was,
Really? Yeah, above
was,
and beyond.
you all were there, most of you were there. It was just beyond my realm of understanding that this could be such a wonderful party.
But as far as memories, I'll always have memories of Sam.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, you have one. Oh, good, good.
I was told that, Sam lost his wallet in his room. He didn't know where it was, so I said, I'm gonna look all over the place for it. Under the bed,
Oh, looked everywhere.
jackets, pants, you name it, trash cans, everything. So I found it. And, it was $65 a month. So I called you. I said, found the money. Okay. Cheers.
Can you hear, can you all hear?
$65.
$65 in one. Yeah.
So, Ann came in and brought this fake money. I took the money. I said, it's fake money. I said, man, you do it damn wrong. You do it damn wrong, but you got fake money.
You had it all laying out on the, you had it out on the bed, you're drying it out because it's gone through the washing machine or something. She had it all laid out over the bed, all the
So, brought that money in. Stop laughing. I said,
Oh.
you're not right. You're not right. You said, well, he loses money all the time. And I said, you're still not right.
I mean, we even took the time to crinkle it up and, oh, I mean, there was a method to the money. It was not just take it out of the container and, he's smarter than that. We had to be good about
Right,
it.
oh yeah, you had to
Wash
be.
it a couple
It's
times.
like-
I was trying to give him some medicine because he was a little restless. I was trying to calm him and calm him and chin. Shannon, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I was trying to give him some medicine.
Yeah.
Switch it up, put it in pudding.
Put in his pudding,
Put it in-
yeah.
I've been trying to give it to him. Right there, you sit right there. Go there. I've been trying to give it to him. I got so excited. I said, I can't go do it. He's not enough food. So I said, Shannon, can you help me with this? So,
I literally came over, leaned over at the table. I'm like, Sam, I need you to taste my pudding. I need to know if it's right. So she's like, the medicine's right there. So I just scooped a little bit more. I'm like, I need you to taste this. So he's like, okay. Put it in his mouth there it went. I had one conversation of, please just taste my pudding. Poor Jennifer, sat there for like a half an hour trying to get him to take this medicine.
he looked at me like, I said, Sam, you do this. He looked at me like,
Yeah, you had to do that, you had to kind of move things around a little bit to, you know,
I get that made me the same story.
there towards the end, you're